Hello, Ricky here again. I'm going to do the first of what I suspect is going to be quite a lot of repotting videos over the next couple of weeks. There's a lot of plants that have needed doing for a while, and we all know that that's not good news when it comes to orchids. I've got several which really do need doing. There's this one, which is, I hope you can see that against Cattleya Gaiety Flambeau crossed with Cattleya mossii. It's a big lump of plant, as you can see. It's got lots of roots, which obviously is good, but they're all on the top. And I don't like that. I never like that. There's nothing showing through the bottom. And I've had this for a week. It didn't need watering when I got it. It still doesn't need watering. And I really don't like that with Cattleyas. So I thought, we'll have this one out, we'll have a look. It's probably not a bad time to go, because what I've spotted today, and I don't think that was there last week, is we've got a nice little new growth starting, so we'll see. I've got another one which needs doing. This is the Lycaste. I'm probably not going to do that one today, but this is another one that's in pretty desperate need for the same reason. Now, I think it's in far too big a pot now. Again, nothing through the bottom. The back bulb was completely rotten, so I really want to see what the rest of it's like. But you know, it needs a look at, and it's a beautiful. I really don't want to lose it. This is Lycaste Cassiopeia Wild Peach, and this has been a plant that's been good enough to go on a display stand with the East Midlands Orchid Society. I can tell that by this label. AM is Award of Merit from the RHS, so it means this plant, or the plant that it's a cutting from, was something rather special, but at the minute, not sure. So I'll do that one probably next. Right, you'll notice that I'm wearing nitrile gloves. I don't normally. As most of you know now, I'm immune suppressed because I've got an autoimmune disease called vasculitis, which means my immune system attacks my blood vessels. And I'm on a fairly hefty suppression regime at the moment, similar to what I would have to have if I'd had a transplant. So I need to be careful. My own barks, I tend not to worry too much. I know what I've done with them, and I'm reasonably comfortable with that. This one isn't. I don't know when it was last repotted. There's nothing on it, and I sincerely hope that that date, 798, is not the last time that this one was repotted. I doubt it very much. I think it would be long dead if that were the case. Okay then, let's have a look and let's see what we've got. Well, it's absolutely wringing wet. Goodness gracious me, it is wet. I mean, that's not so much been watered as drowned. So I think we're going to be alright. There's going to be enough plant in here, but Lord, there's some moss around it. I wouldn't generally put a lot of moss in with Cattleyas. I thought Cattleyas were supposed to dry out. That's what I've done with all of mine. And they might be in smallish bark, but they certainly aren't in moss. Good Lord. So there's quite a bit of a root from the back end of the plant, this end of the plant, which doesn't look great. We've got some really nice roots from other parts of the plant. So I suspect this is going to end up with quite a haircut before I start to repot it, but on the whole I've got to say that despite all the that new growth keeping, for all the amount of moisture it's had, and some of these roots I think were on the turn. Hopefully I can get them back, but yeah, there's a vast amount of moss around these roots, and I've never known that with a Cattleya before. Never known that with a Cattleya before. Not an adult one. I mean, you can forgive it with babies when you really need to mollycoddle them, but adult mature plants like this, no, I hope not. But as most of you will know, sometimes you know, the plant's getting to a bit of a state. I don't think this is in a state, but given Cattleyas, like a lot of epiphytes, like to dry out between waterings, this has been wet for probably getting on for a fortnight, and there's not many of them like that. So that's good. I'll get the tools and I'll just see about getting as much of the old stuff out from the middle as I can. I don't want this moss. I mean, moss, as I say, has got its place. I've got a bag of moss on the rack for occasional use, but it's not something I would use a lot. It's so difficult to get the balance right in my climate. I mean, I know that if you're in the, you know, the tropics or somewhere like Taiwan or somewhere where a lot of orchids are grown for the trade, then yeah, you know, some of these mosses, or what I call the sort of peat style composts, they are absolutely fine because they dry out beautifully. Not in my climate they don't. Not in my climate they don't. So yeah, that's rotten. That is really up to there. As I said earlier on, I thought we'd end up with a lot of stuff getting hacked off the back end of the plant, and yeah, that's going to be true enough. But not everything is poor. A lot of it is, but not all of it. I always tend to find that branches are the bits that go first. Even if the main root is okay, if there's anything going to die back, it's going to be a branch. And I don't know quite why that is. If any of you know, I'd love to know about it, whether it's because branches are inherently weaker than the main line of the root, if that's what you call it. I don't know. But I mean, I know some people would take that off because they would say, well, it's not doing any good. It's where you take it off. Oh, there, okay, I'm going to take that bit off. There's a lot of other pseudo bulbs around, some of which you've got leaves on, that look has got a nub, so I might get a new growth from there. So how are we doing? Right then, so I think that is probably suitable for going back in that pot. We've still somehow or other got a fair amount of root. I've got nothing that side in there. Oh, have I? Let's have a look. That's a bit big. That one. Here we go, here we go. Let it go in there. I think it will. Oops. No, I'm not going to use that one. It's not quite big enough, so I think the pot that it's come out of is going to have to be the one. I think that'll be alright. Put a piece of paper towel there and wipe. Whatever was used, there was an awful lot of moss, and whether it was the wood decaying or there was a lot of dust in it or what, there's an awful lot of very, very fine stuff down the bottom, which is never good news, I don't think. Okay, so the usual job, I guess. Let's put a base layer in. More than I need more of the orchid focus box than I've got in the old bag, so I'll have to open that new bag of stuff that I bought earlier today. But yes, now that's been cleaned up and trimmed a bit. Yeah, I forgot to put any cinnamon on it, didn't I? Where did the cinnamon go? Lovely. In about the most awkward spot I could find. I always keep a little bit of cinnamon in here. So that's where it come from. So try and keep it off the roots because it dries everything out. So one of the main reasons we use it. So I don't think I'm going to be able to just have to do something with this. I can't keep dragging a 40-litre bag of bark about every time I want to use some. Well, that is a really lovely size, that is. That's perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's a lovely 5 to 10 mil bark is that. So I'll start off with this. I want to end up with the rhizome running along the top. So it's going to end up something like that. So I've got one end of the rhizome there and the other end of the rhizome over here. I've just got to hope that all these roots will kick off and as always, there's a fair bit of dust in the bottom of that, but when I start putting some water through it, will be okay, I think. I always think it can be very, very difficult. We know what good practice is as far as lots of these things go. You need to try and give the plant as much room as you can to progress before we have to disturb it again. And they always say pull it as far back against the back wall of the pot as you can, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm also trying to keep it reasonably level with the top of the pot. So let's see if we can manage this without knocking everything to bits. Going down well, I'm pleased to say. Looking fairly stable, that's good. These big, any tall plant, you've usually got quite a job to stop it falling over on you, working with it. is one end a little bit higher than the other. I suspect it's going to want to be staked. It's a very big plant, and that's great, but yeah, the roots will sort themselves out in the fullness of time. So, still looking fairly good. I think that's a little bit high at that end. I'd prefer that to be a bit lower. I'm not doing it again. I've disturbed it enough for one day, I would say. I think that will sort itself out very well now. Right then, now, what's going to be the best one to stake? Those who are trying to pull it over, so probably that one, I think. So, let's find a stake. I think that will do it. Well, it might have done, not so much now, I think. Absolutely hopeless, that is. How strange. They don't usually do that. Try this one then. That one. Let's see if this piece of wire is big enough. Normally tie it around there first to give it a bit of an anchor, and then bring it around the cane or whatever to actually hold it up. So best place for it? No, that's better. That feels a bit more natural. Yeah. So that should, I hope, give that a nice new thing. So that is Lelio Cattleya Gaity Flambeau crossed with Mossy Eye, repotted on the 24th of September 23. And yeah, I'm pleased with that. It's gone well, lots of good roots, which is more than I was expecting to see. It's got to be said. I was not looking forward to that repot. I thought I could easily end up with a pot that was not going to be very clever, but no, those roots are fine. So we've got those. So I can do that one, that's finished with, and all I do is put a date on it. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. I've certainly enjoyed actually doing it. I'm actually changed to find a somewhat neglected plant. I believe the guy whose collection this came out of was not very well for a while, and I can certainly sympathise with that. Yeah, thank you for watching. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And I will see you soon. Bye.